Or to make a nice, perfect light up on the runway for departure in the PMDG 737. Start the turn at 9 knots and then discover to your absolute horror that the aircraft just won't turn as quickly as you expected. And so you slam on the brakes in order to avoid a very expensive collision with the approach lights. The reason behind this is that the PMDG 737's nose wheel will skid in turn when above approximately 5 knots, as you can see right now. You need to carefully balance the tiller angle to achieve the minimum turn radius, but even so, it can get very difficult to make tight turns in the aircraft even on dry asphalt. The solution? Close the simulator and open the PMDG aircraft folder in your community folder that corresponds to your model of choice. In this case, I'm going to change it for the 737-800. I go to SimObjects Airplanes and select the body type you want to edit. Scroll down and find the flightmodel.config file. Right click, edit in Notepad. Ctrl F and search for this term, your gyro stability. The default value is 2.80. We're going to significantly lower it. My personal preference is 0.30, but you can play around with the value to suit your liking. Remember to save the file. Now we're back in MSFS after a simulator restart, and let's see what change this made to the aircraft's behavior in a tight turn. I'm going to approach the turn at 13 knots this time. And as you can see, the aircraft turns beautifully, no problems at all. Now of course, if you turn at a ridiculous speed of 25 knots, the nose wheel will still skid no matter what inputs you make on the tiller. Do the same with the real 737, you get the same result. This is a turn at 20 knots. In all of these, I'm trying my best to keep the turn radius as small as possible, but the nose wheel skidding makes tight turns impossible. If we look at the outside, we get a better idea of what is happening. The nose wheel is still physically skidding slightly, but something is forcing the aircraft to keep that rate of turn. The MSFS SDK documentation suggests that this value is linked to how the aircraft will yaw in response to turbulence, but from the very extensive testing that I've done, there is no discernible difference in the air. The only change is on the ground. Increasing the value will make the aircraft turn faster, so the value of 0.30 that I've chosen improves the turning capability at low speeds, doesn't make the aircraft unrealistically able to turn without skidding at ridiculous speeds. If you keep the speed 10 knots or below, you'll always be able to make the turn. Enjoy.